Barack Obama is President of the United States in part because of how effectively his campaign used the internet. So some of the political change that we're seeing that's being fueled by social media in the Middle East, we've already seen political change produced in the West in part because of technology. And what we're increasingly seeing is in European countries more and more leaders becoming savvy about how to use these technologies. In Italy, for example, Nicky Vendola, who is a member of the opposition to Berlusconi, is doing much of his organizing and doing much of his movement building over social media. So we're beginning to see early examples in Europe of social media fueled political change as well, though it's not necessarily revolutionary in nature. What it does is it puts power in the hands of individuals that was previously unimaginable. And this can be for both good or ill. For example, after the earthquake in Haiti, one of the things that very young diplomats in Hillary Clinton's State Department did, none of whom had big names, none of whom were celebrities, none of whom were particularly powerful in the conventional sense, they built a campaign to get people to donate for earthquake relief. $10 a text message. And we raised $35 million in less than 3 weeks. If we just view the changes that are produced by social media and we curl into the fetal position, if we say, oh, these tools are very scary, they're very disruptive, it's too risky to use them, then I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen. Our enemies are going to use them, and they're going to have the playing field entirely to themselves. In the face of this, we can't say, oh, the horror that is the internet. No, what we have to do is ourselves become more aggressive, ourselves become more intelligent, and ourselves become increasingly engaged in these network spaces. Because one thing that is inevitable is the inevitability of the increasing power and the increasing ubiquity of our information networks. So what the State Department has done is we are now tweeting not just in English, but also in French, in Spanish, in Hindi, in Farsi, and in Arabic. We think that these are powerful tools to reach people directly. And in a country like Iran, where the government significantly censors information that comes in over satellite, over the radio, where the state controls so much of media, part of why we decided to start tweeting in Farsi was to be able to reach the Iranian people directly. This isn't so much about our picking a social media way of reaching people so much as it is recognizing the tools that people use and recognizing that in a 21st century information environment, we have to expand the kinds of tools that we're using as diplomats.